Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Elemental Fusion, Yoga and Flow. Today is going to be a bit more of a longer class, so hopefully you're able to set some extra time for yourself to be able to do this full class with me. I think it's really nice to be able to drop a little bit deeper into the practice. So I myself love to do longer flows, so this is going to be a bit more true to myself, and I hope that you really enjoy it and that you can really find some benefits from it in the way that I do when I invite these practices into my life. So let's get started. So first of all, I always like to check in with a meditation just to see how we're doing. Just allow the body to kind of tune in with the mind and the day, and just kind of feel into where you're at for this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever it is. So let's start by closing the eyes and inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. And we're going to do some more breaths like this. We inhale in through the nose and exhale out the mouth with a sigh. And as we're doing this, I want you to consciously send your inhale all the way down into your belly, to feel the expansion of your belly on your inhales. And then as you exhale with some sound, just allow yourself to drop a bit deeper into this moment. Continue breathing like this at your own pace. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. And it's nice to consciously send the breath down into the belly, because I find a lot of times, including myself, I am breathing into the chest only, and there's quite a shallow breath. So it's nice to consciously send your breath into your belly, and you can start to take notice of this throughout your day as well, because I think it's something that I used to do all the time. Is I was quite a shallow breather until I brought my awareness to where I'm actually breathing. So sending nice, deep, conscious belly breaths is such a beautiful way to relax yourself, to relieve stress, and to actually get just more of a deeper breath. So this is an invitation for you to start taking notes of how you're actually breathing throughout the day. And to take little moments to just check in with yourself and how shallow or deep your breath is. And maybe you'll be surprised that, maybe you're consciously, or maybe you're not so conscious of actually where your breath is going. So this is one of the first things I ever learned in my yoga teacher training, was to start to focus on where your breath was. And immediately I realized actually all my breaths were going into my chest, and I was such a shallow breather. And it was actually not until I started taking notice of this that I was just not aware of actually how I was breathing. So this is, may seem like such a simple thing, but maybe it's, like I said, a nice invitation for you to just check in with yourself throughout the day to see how your breath is doing and how your breath can actually guide your way through the day. So using that breath, we can guide our movements in more conscious ways. We can get more out of the experience by targeting where we're sending our breath, where we're visualizing our breath going. So while we're using our breath now to consciously go into our belly, we can also start to visualize perhaps where the breath can be sent in our body, where we feel tightness or tension. And though you cannot physically breathe into certain parts of your body, you can visualize the breath going there. And you'll be amazed at how quickly you can dissolve or release tension in your body just by visualizing your breath going into that space. So now I invite you to just check in with your body and how you can use that visualization to just drop a little bit deeper into this present moment. So searching for tension or tightness or any kind of discomfort or a sensation perhaps that you can consciously breathe into to become more aware of it, to soften, to drop deeper into the experience of being present with your body. Feeling the sit bones of your bum on the floor. And slowly we're going to just bring the chin down to the chest. I'm going to rest the hands on the back of the head here and just gently let the weight of your hands pull your head into your chest. Big inhale here. Long exhale. Deepening the breath each time you exhale. Slowly we come up. We're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder now, gently just pulling down on the side of the head. I'm going to use my opposite arm or hand to push down towards the earth on the opposite side here. So there's a nice sensation coming up the side of the neck here. And again, I'm using the breath, visualizing the breath going up and down the side of the neck here. Maybe you start to feel the sensation of what the breath can actually do to intensify the stretch. We switch sides, gently pulling down here. So there's not that much pressure, but I'm just gently pulling. Again, the opposite hand goes to the floor, shooting out to the side. Deep breaths here. It's nice to just be gentle with yourself. The first part of the practice, waking up the neck nice and slowly. From here, I'm going to look into my right armpit and I'm going to gently pull down on the back of my head. Take a nice big inhale and exhale it out. Nice big inhale and exhale it out. Switch sides. Big inhale here. And long exhale. Maybe you're realizing you need to have a shower. We come up, coming back to center. From here, we're going to extend the arms up to the sky. Inhale up. Exhale, I'm going to drop the hand to the floor, right hand to the floor. I'm going to stretch this arm up and over while pushing my sit bone down into the floor. Up. The goal here is to open up through the chest. So it doesn't matter how low you can go. It's about opening up the chest here to get this stretch up the side body, this opening through the chest. Looking up towards the sky. If this is a little bit too much for your neck, feel free to look forwards or even down at the floor. We're going to switch sides, so inhale brings us up, looking towards the fingertips. Exhale, we drop to the opposite side. Again, feeling the stretch up the side body, opening through the chest here. Inhale lifts us up, and now we're going to move a little bit more freely in this movement, so working with the breath. Inhale is up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale we go up, exhale we go down, inhale we go up one more time, looking towards the fingertips, stretch nice and tall, exhale we go down, inhale we go up, stretch the arms towards the sky, exhale hands down through heart center. From here, interlace the fingers into a fist. I'm going to inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, push the hands forwards as if you're pushing all the air out of you. Turn around so you can see what I'm doing here on a bit of a better side. Pushing the air out. Inhale, lift the palms up towards the sky, look up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Gripping the fingers, interlacing the fingers together. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, push the air out. Inhale, lift the palms to the sky. Exhale, let the arms swim down slowly. Nice. Bring the left hand to the right knee. Taking a hold of the knee, we're going to take the right hand, and right hand's going to come down, push into the floor behind us. Our inhale, we sit up nice and straight, and then I'm going to turn first at the torso, and then the chest, and then the neck. So I'm twisting, looking over my back shoulder here. Then gently my head comes first, coming back, untwisting. So we're back at the front. My left hand's going to stay on my right knee. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Right hand down, crossing the arms. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhaling, coming up. And exhale, just stay here for a moment. Inhale, we're going to keep the elbows together and unfold the arms, twisting into an eagle arm position here. So from here, my palms are pushed together, elbows in the creases. Inhale lifts us up, pulling the elbows up towards the sky. Exhale, pull the elbows into the belly as if you're pushing the air out. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Look towards the fingertips. Exhale, come down. One more time, we go up. Exhale, push that air out. Inhale, come up. And exhale, just let the arms swim down. Landing the hands on the knees. Take a moment, breathe in here. Exhale, open the mouth, let out a sigh. Beautiful. We'll go to the opposite side now. So inhaling, arms up. Exhale, right hand to left knee this time. Left hand's going to push down into the earth behind us like we did with the twist before. Inhale, we lift up nice and straight. And then using the hand here to twist from the body, then the chest, and then the head. So while I'm here, my eyes are looking to the back corner of the room across my shoulder. Each inhale, you can sit up just a little bit more. And then as you exhale, see if you can twist into that juicy space there. And slowly we unfold. Head comes first. Untwisting, leaving the right hand on the knee. The left hand comes up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, crossing the arms. Grabbing a hold of the opposite knee. We'll do a couple more of those forward folds. So we inhale up. Exhale, we fold forwards. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, we come up. Leaving the elbows hooked into each other, we're going to come into the eagle arms on the opposite side now. Palms together. Our inhale brings our elbows up to the sky. Exhale, push the air out. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, elbows come up. And exhale, let the hands just rest gently on the knees. Slowly from here, we're going to bring the chest forwards on our inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring the chest back and around and circulate. Inhale brings us forwards. And this is a little chest activation from Kundalini yoga actually. So this is going to help get the energy flowing a little bit more freely in the body. And while we're doing this, we can visualize the energy coming from the earth up the spine, through the back, and out the top of the head. So it's almost like this point running through your body and you're rotating around it. So I'm gripping a hold of my knees. Inhale brings us forwards, exhale backwards. Reverse the direction, coming back, inhale forwards, exhale back. And if you wish to increase the speed, feel free to. That means also picking up the pace of the breath. If you feel like you're getting lightheaded, feel free to slow down or stop completely. I'll only be going for a few more seconds. Big inhale, slowing down. Exhale with some sound. Just allow yourself for a moment, for a few breaths, to just feel. Maybe even close your eyes for a moment. To just feel the sensation in your body. To feel the activation. and blinking the eyes open. From here, we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees, bringing the knees underneath the hips, pushing the hands into the floor. Spread the fingers nice and wide. My tops of my feet pushed into the floor. From here, we're going to circulate the shoulders over the top of the wrists. And making these circles a little bit bigger now. So dropping the hips all the way down, shoulders all the way over, coming in both directions. So now I really want you to feel into the wrists, the hips, whatever feels maybe needs a little bit of extra time there. Maybe you want to be here for a bit more. I can feel my wrists are quite tight. So maybe I want to do more of these kind of circles up above the wrists. But maybe it's your hips. Maybe you want to be down here for a little bit and you want to just sway around a bit. Whatever is there, just take this moment to tune into your body. What is it asking of you? What is it speaking to you when you start to listen a little bit more? Come to our neutral position here. So knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to cat-cow it for a few breaths. So inhale, head comes up, belly comes down. Exhale, head goes down, belly comes up. And keep moving now at your own pace. So tuning in to the breath. One more time, head goes up, belly goes down. Exhale, push that earth away. Nice, coming back to your neutral position. Now we're going to walk the hands out in all different directions. Fingertips towards you, fingertips away, to the side. We use our hands a lot throughout the day, so it's really nice to take a little bit of extra time for your hands to stretch out the wrists. We're always texting, using laptops, grabbing things. It's nice to extend the fingers out, spread them nice and wide, start to grip at the earth, to start to build some grip strength, to stretch through the wrists and back of wrists as well, something we don't think about so much. So one at a time, I'm going to also do the backs of my wrists here. And this can be quite intense because maybe it's something you've never even done. Right now, also for me, I do this often, but my wrists are always so tight. So it's nice to just do one at a time here because it can be super sensitive. But it is so good for the joint health of your wrists to be doing this. So backs of wrists, walking out the wrists, the hands gripping. And now I'm going to bring my hands a little bit further up the mat, spread the fingers nice and wide, untuck the toes, push the feet into the earth. We're going to push our way back into our first downward facing dog of the day. While I'm here, my heels are pushed down towards the earth, palms, there's an equal amount of pressure through the four corners of my palm. My tailbone is lifted up towards the sky, looking towards my belly button, driving the heels down to the floor. Nice big deep breath here. And now walking the feet out, dropping one heel at a time down to the floor. Rocking the hips from side to side here. While I'm doing this, you can also grab a bit more at the floor. You can bend the elbows a bit more, starting to feel a little bit more into your body. Maybe it's asking something of you, and maybe you need to rock around a little bit more. Maybe you need to
move a little bit more. Start to feel what it's like to explore bending the knees more, bending the elbows more, starting to invite some different movements into your practice. And then from here, we're going to come back to our static position, driving the heels down to the floor. We're going to inhale, right leg comes up, lifts to the sky, and then bring the knee into the chest, and slowly we're going to carry it all the way forwards, stepping to the front of the mat. Maybe it takes you a couple of steps to get there. Drop that back knee to the floor, untuck the toes. Inhale, we come up into a low lunge position. Palms to the sky, looking towards the fingertips. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down to heart center. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So I'm going to bring my left elbow to the outside of my right knee. Push the palms together and twist. Option here to lift that back knee off the floor, or you can keep it down on the floor. Wherever you're at is totally fine. From here, we're going to, as we push the palms together, I'm going to open up through the chest, look towards the sky, so we get this nice twist. Stay here for a few breaths. And untwisting, coming back to our starting position, hands down, framing the front foot. We're going to step the left foot up to meet the right into our forward fold, halfway lift. Our hands come up the shins, flat back, looking forwards. Exhale, we fold forwards. Slight bend in the knees here. Now we're going to hang. So we're in this forward fold position. Take a hold of the opposite elbows. Sway around a little bit. So we're here, swaying, a forward fold. And then gently releasing the hands back down to the floor. Placing the hands on the floor, we're going to step our right foot back to the back of the mat and drop that back knee. Inhale, lift up. We're in our low lunge on the other side. Arms to the sky. Fingertips up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, twist. So right elbow to outside of left knee now. Twisting here. Remember, option to push that back foot into the floor and lift the back knee off the floor. So this is a harder option. Again, you can be down here. Twisting, pushing the palms together, opening up through the chest. Few breaths here. And gently we come back. Starting position, low lunge, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, placing the hands on the feet, on the floor, stepping that left foot back to meet the right into a plank position. While I'm here, push the toes into the earth, push the floor away, spread the fingers nice and wide, activate through the shoulders. Stay here for a couple of breaths, feel the activation, feel the core. Core is engaged here, legs are switched on. If you want to just be on your knees as well, totally fine. But slowly we're going to make our way down to our bellies. So if you can come through a push-up or across your knees, we all meet on our bellies here. So from here, I'm going to bring my elbows underneath my shoulders, push the palms down into the floor, my legs push down into the floor, and then you're going to inhale, lift up through the chest into a Sphinx pose. Big inhale here, opening up through the chest. As I'm doing this, I'm pushing my arms into the floor and pulling the earth towards myself. So you get this nice activation through here, through the lower back. Stay here for a few breaths. And slowly we come down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. We're going to untuck the toes, pushing up through a push-up or across the knees. We're going to end up in a plank position. So we go, inhale here, exhale, we push, coming up, feeling the power, feeling the activation. From here, bending at the knees, shooting the bum up towards the sky, back into a downward facing dog. While we're here, walk out the feet. Maybe you have a little bit more range of movement. Explore that range of movement. Explore your curiosity. Open the mouth. Find a little bit of sound. From here, we're going to look towards the front of the mat, and we're going to bend at the knees. Inhale, and on the bottom of your exhale, we're going to jump or step or float our feet up to the front of the mat, to the outside of the hands. Nice. So we're now in this squat position. So feet are wider than the hands. We're here. So we've just jumped into this beautiful squat position. From here, we're going to just rock a little bit from side to side, opening up the hips through this nice squat position, pushing the elbows into the knees, bringing the palms together. If you need to take a little bit more of a wider stance, totally fine. If you need to be on your toes, wherever your range of movement is at is totally fine. Just move and keep awareness into the parts of your body that feel like they need a little bit of extra attention. So maybe you need to push the knees open a little bit wider. Maybe you want to just stay here with your hands on the floor. Whatever it is, stay true to your own practice, but also try to test yourself a little bit and explore some unfamiliar territory. While I'm doing this, I can push the palms together here. So there's quite a lot of pressure happening between my palms here. And option to stay here, or you can also rotate your palms. So keeping the pressure locked between my palms, now it's the back of the wrists, rotating and opening, rotating and stretching the wrists while I'm in this nice squat position. So it's a nice one to just explore for something different. Nice. From here, placing the hands down to the floor, I'm going to jump my legs out into a wide leg forward fold. So first into a straddle position. So maybe you need to step your feet one at a time, but we're here. So take your legs as far apart as you want, pushing the sides of the feet down into the earth, having a tiny bend in my knees here. While I'm here, folding forwards just for a little bit. So wide-legged forward fold. Feel the sensation of your head melting down to the floor. And then on your next inhale, we're going to place the hands on the floor. And then as we exhale, push the earth away with your hands and go into a forward, On the next inhale, we're going to push the hands into the floor, grip them nice and tight, and then exhale, push that floor away. Slowly release, come back down, hang for a little bit more. Exhale, we push the earth away. From here, leaving one hand in the floor, I'm going to start with my left hand pushing into the floor. I'm going to inhale, my right arm is going to peel up and open and towards the sky. Exhale, let that hand come down. Inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale, left hand comes down. One more time, inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left hand comes up. Exhale, left hand comes down. Bend into the knees. Inhale, lift the arms up to the sky, swim the hands towards the sky, look towards your fingertips. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, hands up. And on the exhale, I'm going to point my left foot forwards and then cartwheel my arms out to the side. So pointing the left foot forwards, cartwheeling the arms out and bending that front knee into our warrior two position. So we're now in our warrior two. This is the first warrior two of the practice. From here, I'm going to do a little bit of a foundation setup so we know where we're at. So working at the feet, back foot pushed into the earth, toes facing forwards, left foot tracking forwards, front knee over the top of the ankle, and you want to draw a line from your heel all the way down to the back arch of your foot. So you should be reaching the middle of the arch of the back foot here, working up the body, the hips, turn up, chest, turn to the side, arms out, looking over that front arm, or front hand, sorry. Here we're in our warrior two. Powerful warrior two. We inhale, straighten that front leg, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, we drop a little bit deeper into that. We're gonna reverse the warrior. So front palm comes up, taking this back hand to the back of to the lower part of your back. Inhale, keeping that front leg bent. Inhale, we stretch up and over. And then slowly we're going to cartwheel the arms forwards, bringing that elbow to the inside of that front foot, stretching the arm up and over the top to our side angle pose here. Option to look down at the floor or towards your fingertips. And cartwheeling the arms back up, straightening both legs. Exhale, we're going to put that front foot forwards and fold forwards. In our forward fold position here again, we're going to place the hands on the floor. We're going to jump our feet back into our squat position and come back to our squat. Nice. So we're going to hang here for a little bit. Maybe have a little bit more range of movement in the legs. Move around a bit here. And we're going to repeat the process on the opposite side. Okay? So the way we did that, remember, hands into the floor. We're going to jump our legs out to a wide-legged straddle. So jumping out here. Sound effects very welcome. Push the feet into the floor, slight bend in the knees. First, we're going to do some of those twists. So inhale, I'm going to bring my left arm up this time. Exhale down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale down. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale down. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale down. This time, just hang for a couple of breaths. Lengthen the breaths. Inhale deep into your belly. Exhale it out. Nice. Slowly bending at the knees. Inhaling, swimming the arms up. Nice and wide, looking towards your fingertips. Stretch up nice and tall. Exhale, cartwheel the arms out. Turn that right foot forwards now. Bending at the knee. Dropping into our warrior two on the opposite side. Staying here for a few breaths. Take the moment to check in with your alignment. Where's your feet? Where's your knee? How are your hips? Imagine your hips are like a bowl of water and you want to keep it nice and straight so the water is not going to spill out. So the hips, the alignment is always nice to work from the feet up. So foundation up, coming to the chest, to the front, arms out to the side, looking over the front fingertips. Feel the activation. Flip that front palm up. Cartwheel the arms, bringing this hand to the back, lower back, or it can also slide down the leg, wherever you're at. Opening out through the chest, keeping that front knee bent. And on your next exhale, cartwheeling the arms, bringing the elbow to the knee. While I'm doing this, shooting that back leg to the floor, arm extends over. So you're creating a nice line from your fingertips all the way down to the toe, bringing the earth, connecting it to the heavens, the sky, looking towards the fingertips. Again, if this is too much for your neck, feel free to look to the side or down, whatever is good for you. And slowly cartwheeling the arms back, straightening that leg, facing your toe forwards. We're going to go down one more time into that forward fold. Nice. From here, I'm going to walk my hands over towards my left foot, grabbing hold of my left foot or my shin or the floor, wherever you're at. Totally fine wherever you are. Again, it's up to you where you want to explore within this. So you can stay here. You can stay hugging your leg, or you can also bend the elbows, walking them around a little bit more, twisting, taking your time with this twist. It can be quite intense. And then slowly we walk the hands over to the other side, grabbing hold of your foot or your leg. Or again, maybe you're just here. Whatever it is, explore that movement. Bend into the elbows. Maybe you just want to be hanging forwards and twisting. Whatever it is, just explore your space. Explore your range of movement. And slowly walk the hands back to the center. We're going to toe and heel our feet back and drop the bum down. So we're here, dropping onto our bums, extend the legs out in front of us. Let's just take a couple of breaths to just arrive in this new position. Exhale with some sound. From here, we're going to do a staff pose. So as I'm sitting here with the legs straight, I'm pushing my knees down into the floor, and we're going to curl the toes or flex the feet towards ourselves. So there's a lot of activation going on here through the legs. Maybe this already feels super intense, so very welcome to just stay here. I'm going to inhale, hands up towards the sky, look towards the fingertips. And then exhale, folding forwards at the hips first. So hinging forwards, and then taking the hands, placing them on the legs. If you can reach your toes, feel free to grab the toes or underneath your legs, wherever you're at. And once you've hinged at the hips, then if you want to intensify the stretch, you can just look towards your belly button. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So maybe even want to close your eyes and just feel the sensation of the stretch. If you're anything like me, like my hamstrings, the backs of my legs are so freaking tight. So this is really intense. So maybe it's quite an intense stretch for you. So take a moment to just drop into it, to breathe into it, to feel what's happening, what's activated, what's going on in your legs. And see if you can use that visualization, like I was saying at the start of the practice, to visualize the breath going into the tightness. So right now, like, the backs of my legs are like, whoa, like we're really switched on. So it's nice. Like now I'm using the visualization to send the breath into that space, to really feel like, oh, okay, see if I can ease a little bit of that tightness by just bringing my awareness to that space. And you'll be surprised at how much more range of movement you can bring into the stretch just by bringing your awareness there, by softening, by using the breath. So we can inhale, sit up nice and straight, stretch the arms towards the sky, and exhale, we're going to go forwards just one more time. Maybe there's a little bit more range there. And what I found to be very true is that the mind is always trying to take the easy way out. So if your mind feels like it's uncomfortable, or it's like, oh, this is a bit, tight or whatever, then it's going to immediately say like, you don't want to be there. And it tries to kind of pull you out of that moment. But actually, a lot of getting flexible and stretching is not really comfortable stuff. So a lot of it is pushing past your mental barriers and realizing that actually if you just sit with a stretch long enough and breathe into it, you can kind of bypass what your mind is kind of telling you is too hard to do. So a lot of it is just a mental game, and how you work with your breath and how you work with pushing a little bit further past your comfort zone each time. And that is honestly like one of the biggest tools that I brought into my practice, is to sit with something longer, to breathe into it, to see where is my mind just trying to take the easy way out just because it's uncomfortable. And I think we can bring that practice into everyday life, right? I think a lot of people will resonate with that. So here, slowly we'll slide the hands back up, the legs, going to bring the soles of the feet together into this butterfly position. So while the soles of the feet together, taking hold of the outside of the feet, and I'm just going to bounce the legs. Tune into your breath for a moment. How's your breath doing? Maybe it's back into the chest, maybe you're breathing very shallow. Consciously send that breath down into the belly. And lengthen the exhales. And just by consciously deepening the breath, we can get so much more out of this practice. Using the visualization, really opening up the chains of the body, using that awareness, using the power of the mind for our own benefit, and connecting it to our bodies in a more mindful way. All right, so from here, I'm going to bring the legs out into a wide leg straddle. So whatever your range is at, same kind of thing. I'm pushing the knees into the earth here, and I'm flexing the feet towards myself. So there's an activation in the legs going. My thighs, I'm consciously trying to roll them back. So there's like this roll happening. They're going this way. My toes are flexed towards myself, sitting up nice and straight. Inhale, arms up, palms to the sky. Exhale, drop the hands to the floor and walk the hands forwards as far as you can possibly go. If you can, drop the forearms to the floor. Wherever you're at, just allow yourself to just be in this position. Feel the activation in your legs. My toes are flexed, my legs are rolling backwards. And from here, we're going to place the hands on the floor, And I'm going to walk them up and walk them down. So it can be walking like this, or it can be bending at the elbows. So this is what I love to do in my practice because it is a mix of static and dynamic stretching. And one of the best ways I ever eventually got my pancake, which is like here, it was because of this. It was moving in and out of the stretch. So you're lengthening and shortening those muscles, the tendons, and all the different things you're working by moving in and out of the stretch. And at first, you use the elbows or the arms to give you a bit of assistance, because this also, eventually over time, you want to also build the muscles so you can do this without the arms, right? But if this is new, it's nice to just explore this territory a bit, like moving from side to side, seeing where you're at. Maybe just sitting here with your legs out like this is like, this is totally enough for me. Like, what the hell are you doing? That's totally fine. Like, this is where I would start. Like, it's been many years of doing these stretches on a consistent basis that have helped me unlock, different parts of my body. But it's been a long journey. It's a long journey of consistency and finding different ways to stretch and move, and enjoying the journey is where it's at, though. It's nice to have goals of different depths and reaches you want to get, but it's all about feeling the benefits of what's happening in the moment. So it's nice to just explore and have fun with it as well, no matter where your range of movement is. Okay, we're going to come out of there, bring the legs forwards, shake the legs out, give them a bit of a tap. So we're here. I'm going to put the feet on the floor, shift my bum forwards, and come onto the back. Nice. From here, I'm going to do some low bridges. So pushing the feet into the earth. I'm going to lift the hips up on the inhale. And stay here. My glutes are active, my lower back is active. Pushing the hips up, draw the knees together. And my hands are pushing down into the floor. Stay here for another breath. Exhale, come down. We're going to move through this now with more of a flowing motion. So inhale brings the hips up. Exhale brings the hips down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, hips down. Rocking the knees from side to side, like window wipers on a car, releasing any tension in the lower back. From here, I'm going to hug my knees into my chest, squeezing myself into a little ball. Squeeze yourself nice and tight, rocking a bit from side to side, massage the spine. Feels quite nice. Explore that space. And then from here, we're going to bring the feet up into the sky. Take a hold of the outside of the feet and pull the knees down towards the earth. So I'm pulling my feet down while kicking my feet up. Happy baby pose. Rocking now from side to side, keeping that massage going on the spine. While I'm doing this, I'm also trying to push my butt into the earth. Nice. From here, I'm going to extend my right leg out and hug the left knee in. From here, bending the right knee, I'm going to place my left foot on the top of my right knee. From here, threading the hands through. So my right arm is to the outside, left arm through the middle. I'm going to grab a hold of my knee or underneath the leg, and I'm going to pull that right leg into my chest. So while I'm doing this, my front foot is pushed into the knee, and I can also use my elbow here, my left elbow, to push on that left knee at the same time as pulling my right knee into myself. So you have this nice lazy pigeon pose. So this is such a nice sensation. So while I'm pulling that right knee into the chest, using the left elbow to push that left knee forwards. And while I'm doing this, you can either point your toes or flex your toes. You'll get a different sensation there, so explore that yourself. Long inhales and long exhales. And release. Extend both legs up to the sky. And we're going to switch sides now. So bending at the left, right foot on top, threading the arms through. So this time right arm is coming through the middle, left arm to the outside, grabbing hold of the knee or underneath the leg, and gently just pulling that opposite knee now into the chest. This time I'm going to be using my right elbow to push on the inside of my right leg. And while I'm here, either flexing the feet backwards or pointing them, up to you to explore that space. Breathing into the sensations in your legs. Maybe there's a lot of tightness. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more free. And slowly we're going to release. So releasing the legs back down. Shaking the legs out. Whatever way feels good. Swimming. And now we're going to do a little twist as we start to slow the practice down to the closing moment. So this time I'm going to hug my right knee into my chest. Squeeze it nice and tight. We're going to extend the left leg out. From here, I'm going to shift my hips a little bit over to the side of the mat, to the right side of the mat. And then using the left arm on the hand, I'm going to pull that knee down across the body. Extend the right arm out to the side. And just look across those right fingertips. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull the knee down. While I'm here, focusing on pinning my right shoulder to the floor. Each time you're inhaling, just lengthen that inhale. And then on your exhale, see if you can just pull down a bit more on that knee. So here I'm feeling this nice stretch up through the spine, also down the back line of my body. Again, using that breath, using that visualization to see if you can breathe into that space where you feel that tightness or sensation of the stretch. And slowly we're going to unroll. Shift the hips back into the middle. This time we're going to hug both knees into the chest. Squeeze yourself into a little ball. Love yourself. Embrace your beautiful self. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale. Release. Right leg down. Hugging the left knee into the chest. Opposite side here. So we're going to shift the hips over to the left side now. Here. And then gently we're pulling down with the right hand on the left knee now. This time extending the left arm out to the side. And again, pinning both shoulders to the floor. So now I'm pinning really my left shoulder to the floor, extending that left arm out to the side, looking across the left fingertips. Using your exhales to pull a bit further down on that knee. Gently coming back to a starting position. Again, squeeze the knees into the chest. Squeeze yourself nice and tight. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And exhale, we're going to lengthen the legs out. Bring the hands down to your side with your palms facing up. And just close down the eyes. So we've come to our final pose of the sequence. Shavasana, the corpse pose. And this is a beautiful space to just close, to allow yourself to come back, allow yourself to drop into the body in stillness. See if you can, again, deepen your breath down into your belly and lengthen your exhales. And just keeping the eyes closed and just tuning into the body. Allowing yourself to feel all the sensations of the practice that has just unfolded. Allowing your body to soften. Allowing your breath to melt your body into the floor each time you exhale, letting your muscles relax, letting the weight of your body just be held by the earth.
take your time to stay within the Shavasana for as long as you want. Allow yourself to come back whenever you feel is necessary. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you may be in the world. I send you lots of love, and I'll see you on the next video. Namaste.